Frisco, Texas, the site of tonight's USL League One action. The Greenville Triumph for the second time in just a few weeks, making the trip over to the state of Texas to face North Texas Soccer Club here on ESPN+. I'm Chris McCoy bringing you the action tonight, where North Texas SC back in the home confines of really their fortress this season in Toyota Stadium. And it's not for the reasons you would probably expect. Yes, top offense in League One, but also their defense, led by Carlos Aviles, has been just short maybe of spectacular. 8 clean sheets this season for Aviles and this North Texas defense, but you have to keep in mind the last 2 matchups they've had at home have been against Tormenta and Greenville, the other 2 top defenses here in USL League One. And today it's going to be up to the offense maybe to break through, help out this North Texas defense that's been able to stand tall against these 2 teams the last 2 times out at home. For Greenville on the other side, Eric Quill, the head coach of North Texas SC, telling us this week that he's worried about set pieces and transition when it comes to facing his own defense. Well, Greenville this season, we've seen them put in the back of the net 3 times on set pieces and mostly on corner kicks, as you'll see here. Cole Seiler right there for Greenville. He'll be on the bench, so he's been dealing with a little bit of an injury here recently in the last few games. But we'll see if anyone else can rise to the occasion maybe on these corner kicks, and if Greenville can really use the wings, draw some fouls on the side, able to get some dangerous set pieces against this North Texas SC defense to really break them down here tonight in Toyota Stadium. Greenville Triumph looking to take down North Texas SC for the first time this season. It's coming up next right here on ESPN+.
The heat will wear you out real quick. And we've been through some hot ones. It's very physical. You gotta take care of your body and stay hydrated because every moment matters. That's why I drink Advocare Hydrate. I've got a job to do.
Boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading. Forerunner. Treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sarah's last tuition payment sent off.
Feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm ready to focus on my project.
This is why we plan. Oof. You never cease to amaze me, Maya.
See how investing with a JP Morgan advisor can help you. Visit your local Chase branch.
Injuries can be overcome. Returns can be triumphant. The top of your game is well within reach. From comprehensive care to advanced research, everything you need to rehab, recover, and refuel your performance is in the playbook at Texas Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here into Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. North Texas SC hosting Greenville Triumph for the second time this season, looking to maybe get a goal on them this time around, this time in Toyota Stadium, winning the first matchup but not the second so far in the series. Now we'll take a look at our starting lineup presented by Advocare. And we start with the home side, North Texas SC. Pretty typical lineup we see out there for the home side. Ronaldo Demos still not with the team for his second straight match, but Pepe back up there up top looking to put together a strong performance today after missing some chances from a week ago. On the other side for the Greenville Triumph, some interesting changes here. As I mentioned before, Cole Seiler coming off the bench potentially in this match. Hemmings and Bolin making up that right wing spot. We've seen Bolin come up the field a bit this season, so we'll see if he's able to put in some dangerous crosses, gain some fouls maybe against his opponent here today. Dallas J there at the back of the formation for Greenville. Last time he was in Toyota Stadium, he put in a Player of the Week performance for his side and in the eyes of League One, of course. And today he'll be hoping for some luck, maybe some help that Pablo Harris saw from the post, and really reasons beyond his control in the matchup last week that kept North Texas off the board, especially early. Pepe, a point-blank chance. Anyone would not put the odds against Pepe in that situation, but hit the post, and then later on the match, those woes would continue as it was Bonilla that drew the foul against St. Ville in the box, and then Pepe stepped up, and anyone watching would expect Pepe to do what he does so well, put one in the back of the net, but just moved it well beyond that right post and missed. So if anyone maybe is looking for a big night tonight, it's going to be Ricardo Pepe. And of course that performance coming after he was with FC Dallas for a few matches, but now back with his club, North Texas SC, and maybe looking to get that confidence back here today in Toyota Stadium. Jake Keegan standing over the ball, the striker for the Greenville Triumph here on the road today, leading goal scorer for the Triumph. And we're underway. The Triumph known for their defense, and North Texas certainly known for their offense. We'll see which maybe can give today, this time around, third matchup of the season between Greenville and North Texas here on ESPN+. I'm Chris McCoy bringing you the action right here from Frisco, Texas. And as I mentioned, North Texas getting the initial win in Greenville this season, 1-0 on a Thomas Roberts goal. He gets the start today in the midfield for North Texas. But in the second matchup, Greenville got the first non-win, I guess you could say, in Toyota Stadium for an opponent against North Texas this season, getting a point in a 0-0 tight draw just a few weeks ago. They'll be looking to do the same today, but maybe get a goal or two themselves to get the 3 points, as they have found themselves at 7th in the table after a really, really tough loss to FC Tucson 3-1 as Devin Jomgo just went off with a brace and getting Player of the Week honors in USL League One. North Texas starting with possession. They like to dictate things a bit, even though they are a multi-dimensional team. They can get on the transition, they can get the set pieces going, but certainly when they're in possession, they can really work some excellent combo play, and one of the younger teams in USL League One. Second minute of action here on ESPN+. Greenville, as I mentioned, coming off that loss that snapped a 3-match unbeaten streak for the away side in today's match. North Texas looking to get a goal here today, as last 2 matches they've been shut out in their home confines against Tormenta and, as I mentioned, Greenville. So keep an eye on that offense, see if they're a little bit aggressive early, and certainly both these sides will be looking to get 3 points today, as Greenville has struggled with the offense themselves, and today Cole Seiler may or may not be in the squad as we take a look at the injury report presented by Texas Health Sports Medicine. He is in the 18 coming off the bench potentially. Cameron Saul, we do know, is questionable. He is not in the 18 as he has dealt with an injury, and Ronaldo Demos dealing with that ankle injury still. He should be back shortly though for North Texas, but fortunately for now, North Texas without the leading goal scorer in League One. Ricardo Pepe though, he's tied for second with Perusa and also Beatty for those honors in League One. Taking a look at the Advocare replay here on the foul in the air. Hemmings colliding there with Bonilla. And Max Hemmings dealing with some injuries himself this season, and luckily back and healthy. Joined Greenville a few weeks into the season. Ball sent in, headed down by Montgomery, who made the team of the week in League One. Sealy steals it and will send it out wide. And for this Greenville offense, they really certainly missed Cameron Saul. He worked into that number 9 position where really Keegan could play off and get him some chances, and that led to that 3-match unbeaten streak. But at the end of the day now, they don't really have that true number 9. It's going to be Keegan and Gomez trying to work the combo play up top and really get things going on the offensive end, which so far we've seen a pretty high press from Greenville in this match as we take a look at this Advocare replay. As Roberts went in for the challenge, a little bit late there on Gomez. We're talking to Coach Harks this week, the head coach of Greenville Triumph. He mentioned trying to work that right wing, find the right combo with Seiler, maybe not 100% this week. Instead of Boland at the right back spot and push him up the field, he's been stronger on the offensive end in the last few weeks, getting crosses and creating opportunities, and then put Hemmings there alongside him, who also has been one of the stronger midfielders for this squad, and try to see what combo that will work. But as you saw on the lineup graphic to start the broadcast, they are in set positions, but look for them to overlap, cover for each other, and try to open things up and maybe fool the wingers of this North Texas side. For now, it's been North Texas in possession to start the match. Here as we're about 5 minutes in. There's Boland on the ball as he passes it off to Hemmings. Boland, one of 3 Triumph players that are in danger of yellow card accumulation, so keep an eye on that as we go through tonight's match. As we look at our Toyota keys to the game, starting with North Texas, just let the Triumph come to you. Let them stretch out, and as we saw last week for FC Tucson, that worked into 3 goals for them against Greenville. So if you can stretch Greenville enough, force them to be more aggressive, maybe you can make something count off of it. And for Greenville, Coach Harks mentioned it to us. His plan is to try to use the wings, chip the ball over the top, use the speed of maybe an Omar Mohammed, Chris Bermudez off the bench later on in the match potentially, and try to really stretch this North Texas defense. And it paired really well because Eric Quill mentioned set pieces and transition, his real worries, I should say, for his own defense. So we'll see if the game plan can work for the Triumph and cause some havoc maybe for that North Texas defense that has been so strong this season. And North Texas has been spectacular at home, as you can see, 7-0-2, just one of 2 undefeated teams at home this season in League One, the other being Chattanooga, as Toronto FC2 went down to the Richmond Kickers earlier today in a shocker here in League One to start the week. Back the other way, here come the Triumph. Ball sent over, Bonilla handles it well, out of play, and a throw-in coming for the Triumph as they attack on the transition. Another look at this one on the Advocare replay. Good through ball by Muhammad up to Keegan. Eyes up and nearly finding Boland running at that far post. Pollock will take the throw-in. Pollock, another player. 1 yellow card away from maybe a 1-game suspension in League One. Right back here to North Texas, and you could see the Triumph stepping back immediately, trying to get behind the ball as they gave it away. That's something that was a struggle for them against FC Tucson. It was Devin Jamga that had 2 breakaway goals, impressive ones, beautifully slotted into the top left corner, and winning Player of the Week honors in League One because of that. But both times, really, it was Cole Seiler, among others, being caught up the field, and FC Tucson with Jones and Jamga combining on both, taking care of business on the road. Edwin Cirillo back with North Texas this week, has 11 appearances for FC Dallas this season. Jata in the midfield today, trying to work a combo with Dante Seeley. Has a goal and a couple assists this season. Working out of the back. Greenville, one of the teams in League One that has not been too impressive on the road this season. Just 1 win, and that a 2-0 win at Orlando City B a few weeks ago. They have 3 draws and 3 losses other than that on the road this season. Now have a couple of tough matches coming up after today. It will be a Tormenta match, that rivalry blooming again next week. International night, the confines of Legacy Early College, as Pollock almost intercepting that. Recovered by Roberts. And then 2 matchups in Toronto. The Toronto team's so good, a slip up today, but certainly will be bouncing back in the weeks ahead. Bonilla cutting into the box, deflected by Boland and cleared in the end out of the box. And Greenville escaping the situation. Threw ball down the left flank. Bonilla wanted the foul, knew he wasn't going to get there, but Boland staying with the ball, passes it on back to Jay. Jay, as I mentioned, winning Player of the Week honors last time these 2 teams met. Excellent performance with great saves coming left and right, as really Greenville had to bunker in against this North Texas side to get that clean sheet. Had a few chances of their own in that match, getting a number of shots off, 8 to be exact. But North Texas did lead in that category with 11 of their own. It was a physical battle, 32 combined fouls, 4 yellow cards between the 2 teams as Cirillo takes it in. Roberts scored the goal in the first matchup between these 2 teams back on May 4th. Boland down the right flank, through ball. Good run by Keegan, but as you can see there, the flag did go up as Montgomery came up behind him. There's Eric Quill, head coach for North Texas SC, 9-year MLS career and former technical director of the Houston Texans soccer club, I should say. Led that U18 squad to the Developmental Academy National Championship. And now certainly familiar with much of this Texas soccer lineage that now he also sees in the FC Dallas system. Certainly with so much talent, it's led them to the top spot in League One, at least to start the season. But Tormenta putting a little heat on North Texas as well with that big win on Wednesday, 4-1 over Orlando. We'll have those highlights coming up at halftime. Ball sent in, easy grab for Jay right at the line. He'll take it in here in the 10th minute of action. Dallas Jay, 7 clean sheets this season. Previous time with Phoenix Rising and also, of course, FC Cincinnati back in the USL Championship days for that club when John Harkes was there. Ball sent up out of play as Bolin chased after it. It's a throw-in for North Texas SC. John Harkes at the helm for the Triumph. The New Jersey native, former University of Virginia product before his MLS days, and of course across the pond in the United Kingdom. Roberts takes it in, left flank. Trapped in the corner a bit here, gets the deflection off of Keegan all the way back there. It's going to be a throw-in, Bonilla standing over it. Bonilla spending his time with the FC Dallas U19 squad as an academy player before seeing time here in USL League One with 11 appearances. There's Max Hemmings on the ball for the throw-in. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. That Select ball going back over to North Texas SC on the handball as we check out the Advocare replay. That going right off the right arm of Jake Keegan, former Binghamton Bearcat in college. Montgomery takes it in. Cirillo picking up his head, back heel, but it's right over to Dominic Bolin, the Scotsman, back over to his keeper, Jay, who will line it down the field. Possession sticking with North Texas early on, other than some transitional attacks. Greenville almost finding one here. Ball flies free to Carlos Gomez. Had a goal with his pressure against FC Tucson, and that goal was the first one in the first 30 minutes of play of any match this season for Greenville. They're not wanting to score much in the first half, just 2 this season overall in those first 45. Certainly have looked a bit threatening early on. Hemmings knocks it on. Here's Dominic Bolin approaching the box, looking for the cross, sends a low one in. Aviles is there, and he'll pick up the ball and settle things down for his defense. Checking out the Advocare replay, here's another look at that work down the right wing by Max Hemmings. Good little touch onto Bolin, and as you can see there, already overlapping runs between the two. They'll work that combo all night. But this time around, it's Aviles having the last laugh, and he'll bring the ball in. North Texas defensively, they get so much credit on the offensive end, but right now they're 3rd in League One in goals allowed with just 17. Top 2 teams still Greenville and Tormenta, as expected, at least with their play so far this season. North Texas has been so strong, 8 clean sheets, and that certainly paired with their offense has boded well to be top in the table in League One. Lee plays it on back. Jay, some pressure coming from Pepe, and they'll move it around quickly, as it looks like North Texas will be bringing that a bit as we approach here towards the 15th minute of action. North Texas leading League One in minutes led this season. They're not too fond of coming from behind. They have at times, though. Remember back to Cooley Law School Stadium earlier this season when they were down 2-0, and Ricardo Pepe came in to help out the effort. They came back to tie it at 2-2 and get the draw on the road. So they're a resilient bunch, even if they are on down, at any point this season. They are 1-1-1 when conceding first. It shows you they've Only giving up the goal first in the game 3 times this season. Jota finding some open room down the right flank. They'll try the right wing. Almigar in there. Maybe touched by Jay, maybe not. It sailed through the box and cleared by Bolin. Somehow stays in play. Only one up there is Keegan. Ball went out, though. It's a throw-in for North Texas SC. Another look at this on the Advocare replay. And Jota moving the ball out wide. Good overlapping run by Almigar and puts the ball in there. Jay was all over it, but maybe not touching it as he knew it was going to go through. And back in possession it goes. North Texas SC. So far, 81% possession for the home side. And it's expected, as you can see, it's transition attacks so far for the Triumph as a foul is called at midfield. Roberts will stand over the ball. Another player that's seen time with FC Dallas this season. Joseph Salinas, our head match official for tonight's proceedings, as Gomez takes it in off the hop. Mohammed smothered pretty well on that left wing. He'll pair with Polak. Dangerous combo there on the left side. Breck Evans all the way back. Aviles. Dangerous play here. But they break through to Roberts. Left side, but Bonilla can't get after it. It's a throw-in for the Triumph. Fun back and forth so far to start tonight's match, as Hemmings will take it in. Klaus. Kevin Paulitz. Klaus, the former Clemson player, playing it down the field. Run by Keegan, smothered by Montgomery, out of play. It's a goal kick for Aviles and North Texas SC. Aviles, native of Dallas, 20 years old. 32 saves this season. Roberts trying to find some room. Had a brilliant strike in the first matchup between these two teams from outside the box. That was the only difference, and the only difference all season as a foul is called, and this will be halting play as Paul Klaus will get a talking to briefly. Klaus making his 9th start of the season, the Manchester native. As we'll take a look at the Advocare replay, pretty late challenge as you could tell. Former draft pick of DC United. Has been a favorite all season for Harkson, one of those 2 holding midfield spots for Greenville, along with Aaron Walker. And Walker at the top of his game, according to Coach Harks lately. Walker, a player that Coach Harks says that he could see maybe having a coaching future the way he progresses on the field, a former FC Cincinnati player, and that's where Harks and he shared their play back when Harks was the head coach of FC Cincinnati in their early days. Dante Seeley after the ball, but it's knocked back towards midfield to Keegan. Back over the top and handled well again by this North Texas defense as Evans knocked it on to Cirillo. Evans will get it right back as the captain takes it in, California native, 1 year at Cal Poly. Now finding himself leading this North Texas SC squad. Roberts, good ball in there, but Jay, luckily for him, can just let that float on by as Pepe had to watch it fly. Another look at this with the Advocare replay. Good look by Roberts, but too much on it. You have to expect Pepe's a bit hungry here today, and Eric Quill really emphasized that to us on our phone call this week, that he's never seen Pepe miss a penalty kick, and that was a sign really that maybe it just wasn't his night. A bit rattled as a high boot there from Cirillo takes down Hemmings. Hemmings down again from nearly the same spot as the beginning of the match. Joseph Salinas has something to decide here. An early card will be coming for Cirillo. stepping away from the situation as he'll have a talking to with Edwin Cirillo. And to the pocket for a red card. A straight red to Edwin Cirillo, and certainly things are a bit more interesting now in the 20th minute as Greenville is up a man on the road. Another look with the Advocare replay. We'll see this boot, and a very high one to the face of Max Hemmings. And a good look from Joseph Salinas at that one, and he says red. The North Texas SC, they were one of just 2 teams remaining in League One that hadn't received a red card in play yet this season. Now it's just FC Tucson that has not received a red card here in 2019, as Edwin Cirillo has been sent off here in the 20th. And hopefully Max Hemmings is okay after taking that contact to the head meanwhile, as he'll be sought after here on the field.
A red card has been issued to North Texas SC player 33.
So heading out early in this match will be Cirillo, and that a big loss meanwhile as well in this North Texas midfield, connecting from the defense to the attack, and you can see there maybe Hemmings dealing with some blood after that, so certainly some contact on that play. As Hemmings as well could be a big loss for Greenville this evening. He's dealt with some injuries of his own lately in play. What a big moment for North Texas at home. When we talked about them, they're not used to being down early, but in danger of that if Greenville's able to pounce on this opportunity, up a man on the field. But a resilient bunch, this North Texas side, and we'll see how they handle this situation. You can see some blood on the jersey there of Max Hemmings as he's treated on the field. Max Hemmings currently down here, the native of England, spent 4 years at Georgia State University with 74 appearances, and also made his name known in USL League 2 with Ocean City Nor'easters in that tough Mid-Atlantic division, making 21 appearances over his time with OC Nor'easters. As all the players now, all that high energy we saw in the game takes to a standstill. As also Eric Quill in North Texas, they have to figure out how they're going to remedy the situation, if anything, inside this midfield around. But you saw how much North Texas was trying to stretch the field, but you lose a man in this game. It makes it certainly a lot tougher. So we'll have to see how they handle it. While we take a moment here to let Max Hemmings get treated here and get back into the game, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for North Texas. And certainly we'll be out with Edwin Cirillo out in these next few matches. Chattanooga, they'll see actually 2 times at David Stanton Field in the next few weeks, as Chattanooga has a good run going for them with the recent unbeaten streak in League One play. FC Tucson as well should be a good matchup with North Texas. 2 teams that like to really fly up and down the field. That, with a 9:20 start here Central Time, will be a doubleheader with an FC Dallas matchup. So that the upcoming schedule for North Texas. Lansing and Tormenta finishing up that 5-game stretch, as Max Hemmings looks to be okay to get back on the field. Certainly will have that jersey switch with the blood there, as you can see the Band-Aid on his face. So no number change we're hearing, as it will still be number 5 out on the field, as he's tended to. So technically on the field we're 10v10 now. As we're back underway, if you're just joining us, Cirillo red card, high boot to the face of Max Hemmings. And North Texas, top team in the table, certainly reeling a bit here, trying to figure out how they're going to cover up that open spot in the midfield. We'll see how they handle things from the get-go. As the Triumph, certainly an opportunity to pounce here, especially once Hemmings gets back out onto the field. Polak helps that ball through with Keegan, but it's back to North Texas. Polak stepping up, and also keep in mind, does this allow Greenville to be more aggressive on the road here like they tried to be against FC Tucson? That did them in. Can they remedy things here today, as Klaus will clear this easily up and barely staying in play as Muhammad takes it in. Hemmings wave back on, And now Greenville an advantage, 11v10 on the road in Toyota Stadium. We'll see if they can take advantage of that 11v10. As it's back the other way into the hands of Aviles. So far today, North Texas 75% possession. You have to expect that will change just a bit with Greenville being up a man. Roberts now was dictating the midfield pretty well with Cirillo, but now doesn't have that combo player, as he'll really take up the sole responsibility of connecting the defensive line to this offense. And it's been tough at times early on in this game already, as Rodriguez will knock it back over as North Texas tries to attack ahead. As I mentioned before, the first red card this season to North Texas. Greenville had one all the way back in the second match of the season against Lansing. That was that crazy 3 red card match, and I shouldn't say crazy anymore because we had a 3 red card match this past weekend in League One, Orlando and Richmond, with Akira Fitzgerald having to miss out on that 2-1 victory for Richmond today at Toronto FC2. Paulitz on back to Jay as Lee takes it in over to Walker. So far, just 1 shot on the board between the two squads. It was North Texas, despite the Triumph's endless amount of times of getting down the field towards the box. They've had 3 or 4 of those, but have not been able to find anything from them. Kevin Paulitz passed it over, New Jersey man himself and former Red Bulls 2 player. Down the right flank, here's Hemmings. Not missing a beat as he's back in the match. Clowes over to Walker. Now Dominic Boland. Through ball, here's Hemmings. At the end line, flicks it back towards Boland, but there's Dante Seeley playing a bit of defense as it's swept back towards the midfield. Paulitz heads it back to Lee. And you can see right there, Paulitz playing a bit higher than he normally would, so maybe Greenville comfortable move this line down the field. Shot coming, but a wishful one by Gomez. Maybe a heat check after last week as Keegan settled that and knocked it over to Gomez. But that's the combo play that Coach Harks is looking for. He wants them to step up towards the box and work together, kind of like we saw with Saul and Keegan together. Here's the Advocare replay on this opportunity as Gomez skies this out into the stands of Toyota Stadium. 27th minute of action, 0-0 here in Frisco, Texas. I'm Chris Kovic bringing you the action here on ESPN+. Greenville currently 7th in League One on the table, North Texas first. But of course 7th, not too much to think about with that when there's 7 points separating 3rd through 9th as we enter the match today. But Greenville, after a tough 3-1 home loss, I should say, last week, trying to bounce back there at 1.25 points per game. That is 7th in all of League One. North Texas proudly and by far top in points per game at 2.125 so far this season. And that was good for first in League One. But keep in mind, I mentioned points per game because there's teams that have played a multitude of games above the rest. Orlando City B is one with 19. Lansing Ignite has played 19, but all the teams around them have played 16 or 17, so a chance for all those other clubs that have played less matches to step up. Seeley moving down the field in the central midfield, crisscross by Lee, but he's not surprised by the move. Get back up, says Joseph Salinas, and it's back to Muhammad on the far side of the field. Aaron Walker chipped down the left flank. This is exactly what John Harks mentioned he wanted them to do tactically. But Muhammad couldn't get there before Evans sails it over, stolen back by Greenville. Moving centrally, knocks it over. They'll try the right flank with Boland. North Texas staying sturdy in there, though. They got right back and in formation. Hemmings will drive this into the box, headed away. Klaus settles it. Lee back to Paulitz. Here's Hemmings. Not too much from the left wing so far today for Greenville, but they have found their chances on the right wing. Boland and Hemmings have shown through early. Walker keeps it from Roberts and Jata. Jata takes him down from behind, and we talked about this before. Greenville putting the pressure on, trying to get these set-piece opportunities. They'll get one here. A replay here on the foul. Pretty late tackle by Jata on Walker and a grab on the shoulder. Thought he had the ball, but Joseph Salinas thought differently. And Walker and Gomez standing over the ball. Gomez, John Harks saying really excellent service of late from the midfielder. Pollock standing by, also good member in the service play for this Triumph team. 30th minute, and Salinas will have a word with players currently in the pack there, just outside the box. Back underway with the whistle, and Gomez over the ball for this free kick. Chips it into the box. Headed up by Jata. Foul is called, and that's going the way of North Texas SC here in the 30th. Taking a look at the Advocare replay. Handled well by Jata, one of the taller players on this North Texas side. Getting up there and heading it back and away from Greenville, but drawing the foul as well. Fans follow North Texas SC and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, US Open Cup, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Dangerous chance coming from Rodriguez, but deflects easily into the arms of Dallas J. And Pollock will take it in down the left side. Right back to North Texas on the transition. Can't have those giveaways in the back, especially in their home confines of Toyota Stadium. Still heavily in favor of North Texas in the possession category. Nearly 70% despite being down a man as Bolin. Pretty clear shove in the back on Bonilla. That'll halt things as we have a hydration break due to the high temperatures and humidity here in Frisco. 0-0 between Greenville and North Texas here in the 32nd minute. And if you missed it already, Cirillo, the red card, as it was Greenville getting up a man early, looking for the opportunity. Coming up for Greenville on their schedule, as we look ahead, a big rivalry matchup coming up against Tormenta. Been countless times these teams have played, including that Open Cup match earlier this season. And Tormenta sole possession of second now in League One due to that win over Orlando City B on Wednesday. But you see two tough matchups against Toronto, including Greenville also going on the road at Forward Madison. And we all know how tough Reese Stevens Field can be for opponents. And this is a Madison team that seems to be maybe peaking at the right moment as they move down the stretch here. Really a tough schedule coming down the line for the Triumph as they battle to get back in playoff position, as we're already in week 18 of League One. There's just 10 more weeks remaining here after this one, so time's dwindling for these clubs to get in on the action and get their points when needed. And Greenville will look to do just that as they're back at home against Tormenta coming up next Saturday. That also international night. First 1,000 fans at Legacy Early College will get a special license plate as a giveaway for that match, along with special other cultural celebrations going on that night. So should be a fun one there at Legacy Early College. Here's another look at that red card I mentioned previously. Hemmings went down, but back in the match after making a quick change of clothing, and Cirillo done for the night after that red card. And he, of course, will miss the following match for North Texas at Chattanooga if he is part of the squad for that match, or was destined to be, as Jay and Greenville come back out onto the field. One shot for Greenville, two for North Texas so far, and just about 65% possession so far for North Texas SC, as that has slowly lowered, but still pretty high for a team down a man on the field. Greenville, though, has been a bit more aggressive in possession and have kept it a bit more in North Texas's side of the field. Back underway as Sealy getting through traffic, pressure from Clowes. Lee, a tackle in there, no foul, but North Texas staying ahead. Through there, untouched, inside the box, and good run hustle here coming on the near side as Greenville will keep it in play. Ball sent ahead, settled by the captain Evans. Jata. Through Keegan and Bolin. He stays with the ball. Tackle down and a foul called just outside the box. Brilliant opportunity here for North Texas SC. A yellow card issued as well on the back end of that as we take a look at the Advocare replay. I believe that is, yes, Kevin Paulitz will be in the book here tonight. For Paulitz, that just his second of the season. And a huge one at that as Jata was divvying up the Greenville defense just like that. And Arturo Rodriguez on the end of this one. North Texas, so dangerous this season on some of these set pieces. You remember back to that Lansing game earlier this season, Pepe with a bender into the far corner. But this time it's Arturo Rodriguez over the ball, leads the team and tied for the league in League One in assists with 6. He has 3 goals of his own as well, leading the league in created chances. Boston and dangerous one, fisted away by Jay. A good dive at the near post, and Jay a huge save on that one. Roberts takes it in, trying to keep the attack going for North Texas. Cuts through, over to Seeley, into the box, tries to strike, and he'll get the deflection at least off Gomez. Corner kick coming for North Texas. Seeley keeps the attack going, looking for his second goal of the season. Here's the Arturo Rodriguez strike, right over that wall, dipping, and a big save by Jay. Something about Toyota Stadium for Dallas Jay. I don't know, just being outside Dallas maybe for him. Coming up with the big saves. Ball sent in at the near post, swept away by Greenville. Gomez after it, going down the right side. There's Muhammad, 1v1 with Bonilla. He has some help with Klaus right by him. Here he comes, knocks it back. Maybe overthinking the situation. It's out of play for a Greenville corner. With that many numbers, they did not get the strike going. Another look with the Advocare replay and a good stop, as I believe that was Seeley getting all the way back to help out on the effort. Gomez looks like he'll take the corner kick. That's been Greenville's problem this season, getting the opportunities and not overthinking it maybe when there were so many numbers available, as Muhammad maybe a bit too early on that pass over to Klaus for the shot. Gomez looking for the service here. He has 2 assists this season. Joseph Salinas looking at something in the box. He'll wave on the kick here. Ball sent in, fisted away by Aviles. A good goalkeeping battle tonight in Frisco. Stopped by Bolin. He'll step up, service into the box, but over everyone. Will this barely stay in play? Indeed it does. Gomez again, service in. Walker in there, headed up by Bonilla. Hemmings can't get there, and a foul called coming back the other way. Dangerous one coming just outside the box as Jata is called for the foul. There's a look at that previous corner kick on the Advocare replay. Aviles getting up through the traffic and knocking that away out of the box. You can see Jata flying in the air after Hemmings here, and Hemmings having a pretty good night, drawing the fouls at least so far, as it will be a free kick here for the Triumph here on the road, and things boding well for them, with just 1 shot for the Triumph so far. Gomez back over the ball. As you can see the wall there, with the shaving cream coming out. 3-man wall for North Texas, at least for the meantime. Here in the 39th, Greenville looking to strike. Ball sent in, but over everyone. Poor service on that as Klaus goes after it. And that stayed in play somehow. Muhammad, the cross deflected off Roberts, throw in coming. Quickly taken. Greenville on the attack. Keegan there. Oh, but the ball was stopped in the air. A brilliant stop with the high boot by Evans. And a corner kick once again for the Triumph. Another look with the Advocare replay. Looks like just barely by a millimeter there going out of play, as Gomez will take the corner kick. Ball sent in, headed up by Pepe. Walker heads it on, and a sky boot there by Jata. Pollock will move it on back to Paulitz, and they'll shuffle it back to Jay. Pepe hasn't had much time on the ball so far today. We mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast. He had a frustrating night against Tormenta where he hit the post and saw a few chances, including that PK that went wide right. And he's a player certainly you have to expect is hungry today. John Harkes has to be pleased outside not getting a goal in his first 40 minutes as Klaus takes it in. But we've seen a shift over maybe the last 10 minutes. More Greenville possession, less North Texas as Lee takes it in. Lee cycles it over to Paulitz. Dante Seeley with the pressure. Here comes Pepe. Pollock back over to Walker. Greenville trying to find an opening, nothing coming. Muhammad all the way back now to help the connection. Is North Texas defense so strong this season, just 17 goals allowed. Third in League One. The fewest goals conceded at home with just a half a goal on average this season. Ball sent ahead by Muhammad, but volleyed out of the box on the deflection. Here's Hemmings. Lee. Muhammad. North Texas trapping all the looks for Greenville at the moment. Not able to pass out of the back as it's Lee stepping up now. Muhammad, stopped by Jata, another foul against Jata. This is a free kick to the Triumph once again here in the 43rd. On the Advocare replay here, tackle from behind by Jata, but a foul is called against him. Greenville has not been able to take advantage of these set pieces so far. They'll look to do that here. As Almagard making sure this isn't taken too quickly. Four fouls conceded for North Texas, 6 for Greenville at this point. And maybe some planning going on here from the Triumph side as a pack of 5 players are standing over the ball. 5-man wall for North Texas as Aviles wants this angle covered. It's nearly at the top of the box. Walker standing over the ball here in the 44th. Ball sent in, knocked down by the wall. Klaus, wide to Muhammad, volleys it. Guess you could call that a shot, but it's scooped up by Aviles. As he'll try to spur on North Texas, try to get back out of their own half. As the ball sent ahead, Pepe coming on. He's onside here, working against Polak. Towards the end line, knocks it back over, and keeps it alive for his team. A good move by Pepe. North Texas feeling some confidence here. Jata flicks it over. Gets it on back. Will take a strike from far out, wishful thinking. But sails out of play as we approach stoppage time here. And Jay will have the goal kick. From North Texas running there, and that's what they do so well. But for Pepe, a few white jerseys were already back, but a great run by him to keep that in play. Well, the Triumph back in possession. Due to that red card and the hydration break, have to expect a few minutes here. Will be 6 minutes we're hearing preliminary, as it was Hemmings down from that injury on the red card and then the hydration break. Well, plenty of time in this first half remaining.
The fourth official is indicated.
As Muhammad will take it in on the far side. Knocked away on the tackle. Stepping up, the strike sails wide. 6 minutes of stoppage time, meanwhile, presented by Advocare. As Aviles was worried about that for a second, but saw it curling wide out of play. And he'll have the goal kick, and you can see Greenville bringing the pressure here. We saw them do that in the first few minutes of the match, backed off a bit, and now bringing it back as we approach halftime. As Aviles does like to play it out of the back with his side. Bonilla, the left back, plays it on through to Montgomery, and they'll cycle it here. North Texas strong with their combo play this season. Tied for first in League One in passing accuracy with 83%. Other team is Tormenta. Greenville, meanwhile, with their crossing ability and transitional attack, not as high. Passing accuracy and disconnected at times early on this season. And down at 75% and last in League One. This ball sails through and past Polak and Seeley out of play, and it's a throw-in for the Triumph as we're about a minute and a half into our Advocare stoppage time. Ball over the top and take it in by Aviles as Montgomery will move it ahead. Montgomery, a former player at UNC Charlotte, 2018 Defender of the Year for Conference USA. Bonilla, interception, back the other way. Gomez after him. Tackle from behind. I'd be surprised if it's not a yellow card. It will be a yellow card here from Joseph Salinas. And Gomez can argue all he wants in that case, but pretty clear tackle from behind on the transition. And he's in the book. Another look here with the Advocare replay as Bonilla tried to get past the Greenville midfielder. Getting the contact there as Bonilla tried to guard him off the ball.
A yellow card has been issued
for Gomez, his second of the season.
10, Carlos Gomez in the 45th minute.
And will give North Texas some room to operate. North Texas now maybe another half without a goal here in home play. And last two games were shut out against Tormenta and Greenville. Throw in coming on the near side. Still about 3 minutes of stoppage time coming. Bonilla just looking for some help here, trying to find the ball. Through the legs of Hemmings, knocked down of Bonilla, waving it off is Joseph Salinas. And we're back the other way for the Triumph, but fortunately for Jay Keegan, Evans and Montgomery already back. Jata losing the ball to Gomez, though. Flicked on to Roberts, and he'll move it down the left flank. On the run is Bonilla. Approaching the box, sends it in there. A deflection, Polak keeping it away from Arturo Rodriguez on the far side. And Greenville pouncing on it the other way, but North Texas, that transition offense, it's certainly getting going as we approach halftime here. They've seen a couple looks that way. Bolin, top of the box, settling it down is Walker. Klaus stepping up. And now Muhammad on the far flank. Through the legs of Rodriguez, but helping out there is Armagar. Roberts. Rodriguez. Bonilla. Pepe working that left flank now as Rodriguez takes it into Jata. Good pass there on the outside. Finding the overlapping run, Jata takes it back in. Jata, a very versatile player this season, has seen time at center back, defensive mid, and now playing a bit more up the field. Sealy trying to find some room. Good stop by the former Richmond kicker, Evan Lee. As he'll give it up straight away, and you can see him look to the sky saying, what did I do there? Ball sent in. Pepe on the run, left side of the box, but the flag is up. And that's coming back against Ricardo Pepe for offsides. Frustrating start to the night for Pepe and the North Texas offense. So you can see the frustration coming out there as he sent the ball against the sign and called for the offsides. Approaching the end of our stoppage time as they move that second ball off the field. We're back underway. Stay with us at halftime. We'll take a look at the two previous matchups that went final this week in League One, Richmond and Toronto earlier today, and then Wednesday, Tormenta and Orlando City B. A surprising result there in the mix today. As the whistle blows for halftime here in Frisco, we're back where we were a few weeks ago, 0-0 in Toyota Stadium between Greenville and North Texas. We'll see how North Texas can handle this red card in the second half. They've done pretty well so far with the transition attack and just not too many chances for Greenville. 3 shots sent at Aviles, but none on target actually. As Hemmings there took the early foul to gain the red card in the favor of the Greenville Triumph, but still scoreless at the break. 0-0 between North Texas and Greenville. Coming up at the break, we'll take a look at first half highlights and stats. And of course, coming up, we'll take a look at the midweek action in League One. Plenty to come here from Frisco, Texas, as Greenville tries to knock North Texas from their perch here in Toyota Stadium. So far, so good for North Texas at home, looking for a goal. We'll be coming back with more right coming up next.
The heat will wear you out real quick. And we've been through some hot ones. It's very physical. You gotta take care of your body and stay hydrated because every moment matters. That's why I drink Advocare Rehydrate. I've got a job to do.
I was on the way to work and I got a flat tire. I pulled over immediately to the Chick-fil-A parking lot.
It was raining, pouring down raining.
I was panicking. I was just so upset as I don't know how to change a tire. Then Robert came running over to me.
I felt sorry for her standing out in the rain. And I just asked if she needed help.
I was just so happy to see him. He helped me change my tire.
Robert's tire changing service.
He's a lifesaver. It just made me feel good to know that there's people like Robert out here in the world.
For tile, wood, and stone, come to the nationwide low price leader, Floor & Decor.
The prices are the lowest you will find.
Not only did we find lots of options, we were like, oh my gosh, it's so affordable.
It's affordable no matter what your budget.
I saved a lot of money at Floor & Decor. We came in under budget.
Way under budget.
Way under budget, yeah.
It's really the best pricing.
You're getting an incredible product for an amazing price.
Why wouldn't you want to save money and make your house look great?
I love to save money. Who doesn't like to save money?
Floor & Decor. You have to see it to believe it.
Why do we celebrate? Because we know this achievement isn't just for us. It's for our team, our family, and our future. It's for that final moment when we know we've defied the odds and put our future into our own hands. As the official education partner of Major League Soccer, SNHU helps players, staff, and fans achieve their goals. Your celebration starts here. Visit snhu.edu.
I'm the man when I'm in there. It's that living cool down when I'm in there. Place goes mad when I'm in there. Run up in your house and I'll spin you down when I'm in there. Better look down when I'm in there. Better still don't make a sound when I'm in there. Ish goes down when I'm in there. Get spun round when I'm in there. Get gunned down when I'm in there. I've been doing it for time. Ask about me, I've been doing it for time. Man can't chat about the radio, bad up the radio. Man, I've been doing it for time. Man can't chat about the stage show, bad up the stage show. Man, I've been doing it for time. Man can't chat about the youth club, bad up the youth club. Man, I've been doing it for time.
Welcome back here on ESPN Plus. It's halftime between North Texas SC and the Greenville Triumph here in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. About halfway through the season here in USL League One before the USSF Developmental Academy system through the entirety of their season now, and accolades have been coming out in the Central Conference. That's where many of these North Texas SC system players have been playing with the academy clubs of FC Dallas, and Yohan Gomez, Jonathan Gomez, and Tanner Tessman being recognized as part of the Central Conference Best 11. And some background on that, 3 conferences make up the each level, I should say, of the developmental academy system, and the U18-19 level for FC Dallas, really a great season, making it all the way to the final, the championship, before falling, unfortunately, to NYCFC. But Tanner Tessman, especially looking at the playoffs, getting the golden ball as one of the top players in the U18-19 boys level. But all 3 players, familiar faces for North Texas SC this season, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing them for games and games to come, and certainly great additions for Eric Quill to look at all season. Now, already 2 matches in hand as we continue our matchup here tonight from Frisco, Texas. Midweek, Tormenta came back out of nowhere. Their offense has really been quiet the last few weeks, maybe the last 2 months here in League One, and back to that sole second spot in the standings. And you see it here. Connor Antley had a field day. He was back to looking like that player of the month we saw earlier this season. He had 2 assists and 1 goal on the night. Marco Micheletto, a brace, and also some dangerous form from him, nearly finding the hat trick here, but it was Alex Morel getting the 3rd tally of the day for Tormenta. But the important takeaway from this match for sure is that maybe Tormenta, after working some kinks in there with their head coach John Milaresi, after really being stale on the offensive end, not seeing many balls go in the back of the net, they have been able to find 4 in that case on Wednesday night against a depleted Orlando City Beast squad, albeit. We'll see if they can continue this against Lansing tomorrow night, but for now, Tormenta looks to be back like that top team we saw that did hold North Texas to a clean sheet last week in Frisco. Toronto and Richmond went at it today in the matinee matchup up across the border, and it was Serble putting the initial one back in the net, and this kind of said to everyone, hey, Toronto, excuse me, they are at home, and they're going to get it done at home once again. But hey, Kalinovsky getting his first start quite in a while for Toronto FC2, and unfortunately not able to handle it there. Good pressure from Wahab Akwe, the one center back out there for Richmond, who's had a quiet but fantastic season. But then later on, mistake maybe there from Mohamed, touch to the back of Gallardo. He steps up to the penalty spot. A chance for Richmond on the road. Great save by Kalinovsky, but the rebound so important here. Hughes, back of the net, 2-1 Richmond. And in a shocker to start this week in League One, Richmond taking down Toronto at home. First home loss for Toronto FC2. And Richmond, all of a sudden, they have 2 wins in a row. Second time in the season they've had that happen. And we thought, hey, some gaps may be forming in the standings in the table here in League One. They say no to that. They're 6 points out of a playoff spot now. And you look at things get ever so much closer here in League One. So Tormenta, a little bit more of a gap over Lansing now, but certainly the number 9 spot there getting certainly a bit closer to Madison and a bit closer to a playoff spot. So I guess thank you to Richmond. They're making things a whole lot more interesting now as we hit the final stretch now. An extra team maybe in the hunt now for one of those playoff spots. Coming up now as we continue halftime here on ESPN Plus, we'll take a look at, well, a deeper look at, I should say, New Mexico United, a fantastic season on the field in their inaugural campaign, but also what's going on behind the scenes with them. An even better story there we'll find here coming up next.
It's Freighter! What a hit! Crossing in, it's a goal! Pizza better knocked away myself. Omar Salgado, the hometown heroes.
one from Josh Suggs.
The cross keeps the winner. Another brace. Mower.
There's so much pride in this state. There's, I think, been so much pent-up demand in people who have just been looking for a way to shine and come through, and they're so capable. Some of the best people in the world live in New Mexico.
This idea was sort of born from that, you know, why don't we have a section in our stadium that is devoted entirely to the underserved, the underprivileged, you know, maybe kids who would never have the opportunity to come do this, or public servants in our community, firefighters, teachers.
It's really about uniting to the community. It's really about seeing positive outcomes for people. When I see a positive outcome for someone and I see someone start to believe in themselves more and understand what their capabilities are, it makes me feel so happy because I think oftentimes people aren't in a situation where they're able to really fully shine. And we have, individually, we have so much inside. It's probably so much more than we're even allowed or think we can give every day. So let's create a platform that gives and encourages giving and encourages community. And I think if we do that, we can make a real change.
For example, we have the YMCA coming, so we gave 75 tickets there. There was 150 tickets went to Herman Sanchez Community Center, and then, you know, the others went to other kids in the community that really would not have this opportunity.
But by the way, if it was gone and someone else wanted to get in, we'd make it happen. It's for everybody.
So it's a way to spread goodwill in our own community to the people who need it most.
It's not just about a game anymore. You know, New Mexico's really out there making a statement.
We wanted everybody from, you know, Albuquerque to Santa Fe to the, you know, the eastern and western corners of the state, southern. You're part of this team. You're a part of this family. It's a movement really more than anything else, and we want everyone to know that they're a part of it. That's what our name means, United.
Welcome back here into Frisco, Texas. Halftime as we look at USL League One news and notes as Orlando City B making a change at the top after a frustrating 4-1 loss at home against Tormenta on Wednesday. Their U19 head coach moving on up here to USL League One. We'll see what changes maybe he makes at the top as he takes over in the next few days. Devin Jomga, player of the week after his brace in the 3-1 victory for FC Tucson on the road at Greenville last week. He, of course, on the team of the week, along with Arturo Rodriguez and Callum Montgomery, coming from North Texas SC, who we have in front of us tonight. Ronaldo Demos and Ricardo Pepe still at the top of the goals leaders here in League One, but Beatty and Perusa still hot on their heels as we move into the weekend. Arturo Rodriguez at the top for assists in League One, but Connor Antley, 2 more this week. He's up to 5 assists, and all 5 coming in just 2 matches this season, so he can really pack some punch if he's feeling good on a particular night. Pablo Jara, Dallas J, Carlos Avalos, 3 clean sheet leaders here in League One, but certainly Alex Mangles has put together some fantastic saves this season for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Scoreboard here, some results from last week. The defeat at home for Greenville against FC Tucson, big statement win for FC Tucson, and of course the clean sheet for both North Texas and Tormenta in the battle in Frisco just a week ago. 3 matchups coming up tomorrow on ESPN Plus here in USL League One action, as we'll see a 2v3 battle in the table. Tormenta and Lansing, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for that one here on ESPN Plus. Standings, a reminder, 7 points separate 3rd and 9th here in League One as we move deeper into the weekend. Coming up, we'll have stats, highlights from the first half as we continue our coverage of Greenville and North Texas here from Frisco.
The heat will wear you out real quick. And we've been through some hot ones. It's very physical. You gotta take care of your body and stay hydrated because every moment matters. That's why I drink Advocare Hydrate. I've got a job to do.
Ah, boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading. Forerunner. Treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sarah's last tuition payment sent off. Feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm ready to focus on my project.
This is why we plan. Oof. You never cease to amaze me, Mike.
See how investing with a JP Morgan advisor can help you. Visit your local Chase branch.
Injuries can be overcome. Returns can be triumphant. The top of your game is well within reach. From comprehensive care to advanced research, everything you need to rehab, recover, and refuel your performance is in the playbook at Texas Health Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here into Frisco, Texas. Our Advocare first half highlights coming up, and a drama-filled first half to say the least here so far in Frisco, as North Texas and Greenville going at it with plenty of chances coming across the board. You can see there Jay having to do some work on that one, but here's a big moment. Cirillo a high boot to the face of Hemmings, and he gets a straight red card from Joseph Salinas. Jay, a diving save here, keeping the ball out of the back of the net for Rodriguez. And Aviles, he's had to make some moves of his own as we move into our chase. Halftime stats here from the first half. And as you can see, pretty even battle to this point. That possession number for North Texas started this match at around 80%, and it has dwindled since that red card in this match. Greenville getting some more confidence, but North Texas, just before the break, getting some transition attack going. They're starting to figure out how to cope in this midfield without one of their players. And now still moving on, 11 v 10 between these two squads. We're still deadlocked, and North Texas still unbeaten at home and still looking for a point or even 3 points if they're able to connect with Pepe or Sealy, who have made so many dangerous runs towards the top of the formation and into the box. I'm Chris McCoviak here, bringing you the action on ESPN+. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night, and a fantastic matchup is brewing in front of us into the second half, as Greenville, currently 7th in the table, looking to make a statement after a tough loss at home last week to FC Tucson. But North Texas, by far this season, has been the top team in USL League One, and they look to keep it that way with a goal in the second half. These two teams scoreless the last time they met here in Toyota Stadium. Both teams certainly looking to change that here in the second 45. Ball over the top to start things. Paulitz will let it on to Jay, who has to make an awkward clearance down the field, but Keegan after it against Evans. A nice header by the center back, and he'll be able to clear it back towards midfield. Rodriguez, some good moves of his own so far today. Member of the Team of the Week here in League One. And tied for the league lead in created chances with Charlie Dennis of Tormenta FC. 34 has both entered this weekend slate of action. Only two teams playing twice this week, Orlando and Tormenta. Roberts stepping through traffic. He'll sail it on down the left flank. Oh, a nice touch forward, but a bit too far as Hemmings takes it in and knocks over to Walker. Hemmings playing more of that right back spot. Bolin more up the field as the right wing, as both players have shuffled together to create a strong right wing in tonight's match to this point. Greenville just has not been able to see much with Omar Muhammad in that left wing spot. Almagar has really solidified things pretty well, as at least on the transition attack, I should say. Pepe the pressure on Paulitz, nearly giving the ball away, but will be cycled back by Hemmings all the way to Jay and over to Evan Lee. Hemmings stepping up. Keegan off balance, tried to knock the ball onto Bolin, but it's back to Aviles. Both keepers showing pretty well in that first half. Good showings Last time these two teams met, Jay was Player of the Week in League One for his effort, and Aviles deserving of that as well. Aviles, Hara, Jay, three keepers at the top of League One that have certainly earned their status so far this season. With their clean sheets, 7, 8, 9 this season, and all three with a goal per game or less allowed. Aviles takes the ball in, and he'll cycle it out wide to Colin Montgomery. Almagar, Frisco native at 18 years old, passes it back over. He's been strong down that right wing on his runs, overlapping, finding opportunities. Sealy. Down the left side, and Hemmings. He's been strong in that right back spot today. He's been a midfielder most of the season in attacking quality, but Harks having to make that move due to Seiler dealing with an injury the last 2 weeks. Opening things up. Here's Rodriguez on the right flank. Almagar stepping ahead of Pollock, and a good tackle by the left back of Greenville. It's a corner kick for North Texas SC. There's that dangerous wing play we know so well of from North Texas. As we check out the Advocare replay, Arturo Rodriguez. Nice through ball there, but Almagar caught up a bit on the run with that ball, and Pollock able to send it out of play. Thomas Roberts will take the corner kick. Roberts, the Little Rock, Arkansas native. He's been with the FC Dallas Academy since 2013. Ball sent in, Jay rising, punches it away, but a foul is called. Meanwhile, inside the box with all the traffic, Joseph Salinas, who's just joining us, our head official for tonight's match. And Jay will gladly take this free kick. 3 shots for Greenville, 5 for North Texas, but North Texas with the only 2 on target. As you saw in our first half highlights, probably the best chance coming from Rodriguez on that free kick, a bending shot at the near post, but parried away on the diving save by Dallas Jay. Klaus. Ball sent in on the cross. Got just by Bolin. Shot from far out, diving, stopped by Aviles. Oh, where did that come from? Greenville looking to strike early. Aaron Walker. That a dangerous ball sent in. Aviles paring away the shot, and these keepers at it tonight. Mohammed. Gomez sends the ball in towards the far post. Pollock there, headed up and away by Montgomery. Pepe on it, working against Lee. Lee doing the hustle work there, and the ball goes out of play. O'Neal will take the throw in here on the far side. John Harks has emphasized to his squad, hey, start shooting from outside the box. They hadn't really all season until the last few weeks. And it was Aaron Walker that had the winning goal from outside the box against Orlando City B in their matchup at Legacy Early College 2 weeks ago. And they're nearly finding another this season. Was the midfielder. Pollock. Walker. Service out to the far flank. There's Hemmings with Boland in front of him. He'll play it on back though. Paulitz to Lee. Mohammed falls but keeps possession for the Triumph as they'll cycle it around the back. Lee will step up actually. Hemmings finding some more room ahead. Pollock. Mohammed cutting outside. Tried the back heel to Pollock, but Rodriguez was all over it. Guides the ball out of play though. It's a corner kick for Greenville. Here's Gomez coming up to take it here in the 52nd. Another look at our Advocare replay. Rodriguez reading this very well on the back heel pass, but unable to keep it in play. Gomez over the ball, 2 assists this season. Ball sent in. Headed up and away, and a foul called on the back end of that one on the tumble. As it was Jata that got up there and cleared the ball here in the 53rd. Aviles will take it. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content? Follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. And I'm sure at least one of the saves in this match will be up for Save of the Week, so stay tuned for that voting if you're a North Texas or Greenville fan tuning in. Ball sent in. Evans heading up. Polak. The strike, or wishful thinking on that one, as he skies it well out of play to the stands of Toyota Stadium. Aviles with that brilliant diving save moments ago joined the FC Dallas Academy back in 2012. He joined the OKC Energy in 2017 when they had a relationship, affiliation with FC Dallas. So good time that he got to see at the USL Championship level. Through ball sent, but Poland's all over it as he'll send it over to Almagar. Rodriguez, Almagar takes it in at the box, cuts it back, but Lee right there, keeping it from Dante Seeley. Both these teams getting very aggressive here in the second half. Great chances blooming. The defenses have stood tall to this point in the match. Muhammad. Paulitz to Walker. Lee stepping up, ball over the top. There's Keegan, but the flag is up. His shot off the mark anyway. But unable to break down the North Texas backline. You could see it there, the way they were mapping out. Really sturdy on keeping that line in the back four. We'll see it right here. Good communication there, and pretty clearly a good step or two off sides. Aviles was all over that as well. Jake Keegan, the leading goal scorer for the Triumph this season with 5 goals, 1 assist. He actually leads League One in shots taken with 43. It's about 13 more than the players tied for second, one being Ricardo Pepe at 30. John Harkes looking on, trying to get his first win against North Texas this season. A win and a draw so far for North Texas in this series, this season. Lee. Polak. Walker. Service down the right flank. Here's Bolin stepping up, trying to keep the ball in play. He'll cut it back. Here's Hemmings. Low cross sent in, but low cross cleared here by Roberts, on with the defense there. If you're just joining us, you probably wouldn't suspect that North Texas is down a man, but indeed they are. They've played really well, despite that factor with Cirillo going off in the first half. Connecting the midfield, they've actually, it seems like, used the wings more because of that. As we take a look at the Advocare replay, as Roberts doing some good work here to open things up in the midfield. Lee, ball over the top. Looking for Jake Keegan, but Evans all over it. He'll cut it back over. Dangerous spot, though, for Almagar. Arturo Rodriguez helps out his teammate, and Evans will clear this down the field. Jata, Pepe on the run. Down the right flank, he's onside. Cuts back, looking for the strike. Can't find an opening against this Triumph defense, and Jata lets that fly on by. Rodriguez. Lee can't stop it. Pepe there in the box, and cleared out of play by Paulitz. Pepe tried the cut back to Rodriguez, but to no avail. As we'll take a look at the Advocare replay. Lee, a missed challenge there to keep the ball away from Pepe. And a quarter kick coming for North Texas. Here comes Thomas Roberts to take it. 2 goals this season with North Texas SC. He's making his 6th start of the season. FC Dallas homegrown signing last July. Ball sent in, and Montgomery called for a foul as he was holding on to Lee. Joseph Salinas has been all over that tonight for both sides on these set pieces. Another look as this ball comes in on the corner kick. The Advocare replay. Pollitt's up and got that one despite the foul. As Greenville will take it out of the back. This Triumph offense, just 12 goals this season, tied for last in the league with Richmond. That is until Richmond got a few of their own here today on the road at Toronto. Triumph, their defense has been great this season. Their only problem is the offense. Not found a remedy yet for that. And certainly looking for a big one here in the second half on the road. Triumph just 1 road win so far this season, and it was at Orlando City B, a team that finds themselves currently at the bottom of the table in League One. Pepe, the cross in, a dangerous, powerful cross. Weird hop there, but Pollitt's dealt with it. Muhammad keeps it in play. Through the traffic, over to Jake Keegan. Walker. Working against Evans, he'll knock it on back to Pollock. There's Lee. As we tick into the 60th minute, 250 minutes now with no goals by either team here in Toyota Stadium for North Texas SC. Through there, Keegan just puts it wide. As if on cue, he maybe was surprised he got through those 2 center backs, but could not convert. And just like that, a substitution coming for John Harkes and his side as Edmundo Robinson coming in for Omar Muhammad. And Robinson, Harkes said, really giving the power and pace to his squad, and substitution brought to you by Texas Health Resources. As it's Avila standing over the ball for a goal kick, but Omar Muhammad, one of the better 1v1 players on this Greenville side and creating opportunities, but he comes off. The Advocare replay here showing Pepe's cross here from a few moments ago, and Pollitt's, he's been strong in some of those moments here today. And here's the other look as Jake Keegan just cannot get all of that one. A great chance for Greenville here tonight, and he can't convert. Edmundo Robinson, his pace of play, adding to that left wing spot. And he came on last week, first time in a while. This just appearance number 6 for him this season. We'll see what he can add to the Triumph attack as they look to steal 3 points on the road here from North Texas. Lee. Gomez. Walker. Hemmings, through ball there to Gomez. Bonilla all over him though, and he'll have to send it back. So far, just 1 shot on target for this Greenville side. It was that Walker strike from well outside the box. Pollock cuts around. Walker opening top of the box, the strike, back of the net! Aaron Walker, his 2nd of the season. And in the 62nd minute, it's 1-0 to the Triumph. Wide open look for Aaron Walker, and he makes it count. The captain taking the lead in this one. Now North Texas down a man and down a goal at home. Another look with the Advocare replay, and Tyler Pollock, great job cutting in and finding his open teammate.
Scored by number 8, Aaron Walker, in the 62nd minute.
Aviles there, just couldn't get there in time at that bottom right corner. Good placement by Walker, and they're up on the road. So after 250 scoreless minutes by all teams here in League One in Toyota Stadium, Walker punches through. Greenville getting their 13th goal of the season. But North Texas looking to respond quickly. Rodriguez puts it across. Jay does not touch it. The goal kick there as he dived for the ball but knew it was going by. Another look on the Advocare replay. You can't fall asleep against this North Texas side. They've looked good despite being down a man. Things boding well for Greenville this season when they score first in matches. They're 4-1-1. North Texas letting the ball go free here to Keegan, through, and it's in! And the party has started for the Triumph on the road. It took until post the 60th minute. But now, two just like that in the back of the net. Keegan is 6th of the season, and Greenville up 2-0 on the road. Another look on the Advocare replay. Bodying Evans well. Evans looking for the offsides call, but meanwhile, Keegan through the legs of Aviles. And a celebration with his teammates. And Greenville up 2-0 now as their lead goal scorer punches it through there. Things go from bad to worse for North Texas. But if there's any team that can respond, it's this North Texas side with their dynamic offense. We'll see how they keep things going here. Roberts under pressure and a foul called there. They'll bring the ball back. Only one team before Greenville here has scored 2 goals in the confines of Toyota Stadium. And that was the Chattanooga Red Wolves back inaugural weekend of League One in that 3-2 win by North Texas in the first match. For both those clubs' histories at the time, and Chattanooga made a 2-goal comeback. But this is the first time, as Lee heads us out of the box, it's the first time that North Texas is down 2 goals at home this season. All the meanwhile, though, outside of that, they're also down a man with that red card to Cirillo in the first half, so extremely uncharted territory for this North Texas side. Greenville looking to make a statement today on the road. As a foul is called, Robinson on Jata. And a free kick here, a chance for Rodriguez to get something going in the box. Another look here with the Advocare replay. Pretty late touch there by Robinson. And the yellow card issued on Robinson. Time wasting. That's his second yellow of the season. Rodriguez a chance to get North Texas back in this game. A bending ball headed away by Robinson and cleared by Keegan. Settled by Bonilla. Back over to Rodriguez. Roberts now. Bonilla. Ball into the box. Rodriguez has to retreat to get back to this Pollock with the pressure. Through the legs of Robinson. But the only one there is Gomez. Back to Walker.
The yellow card is possession to the Greenville player number 31, and Lyndon Robinson, the 66th minute.
Roberts. Chip into the box. Pepe is there. Settles it, but offsides again for this North Texas side. That's the second time in this game. And it will be a free kick here for Dallas J. Taking a look at the Advocare replay, very tight there. Maybe just an inch or two off. Uncharted territory for this North Texas side, being down this season. Just 3 matches they've been down, and part of why they're the top team on the table right now. Walker. Knocking it ahead is Jay. Lee steps up, keeps it away from Roberts. Robinson. Down the left flank, through traffic, knocks it over. Here's Keegan, but gets it knocked away. Falls to Walker, another strike for him, a skip. Dangerous one, and Keegan almost to it. But Aviles all over that one, calm, cool, and collected. Another look here on the Advocare replay, and Aaron Walker, bit of a heat check here, but it did take a deflection along the way. Weird hop as well, slowed the ball down. Lee. Clouds out wide on that right flank. Shuffling the ball around is Greenville. Lee takes it in. Greenville only scoring 2 goals in a match a handful of times, 4 times I believe this season. Politz. Polak. Back centrally. Take it down by Walker, but cleared just in time by North Texas. Here in the 70th. Bowen. Sends the ball up. Robinson the header. Dangerous one back across the frame. Montgomery after it. Off Gomez. Keegan the strike. Keegan back of the net. A brace for Jake Keegan. It's 3-0 to the Triumph. The goals keep on coming for Greenville here in the second half. And Jake Keegan at number 7 now, and now tied for second in League One scoring. A replay here from Advocare on the goal. And just a miss hit there by Montgomery. Got to the ball, great play by Montgomery to try and clear it, but goes off Gomez and lays out perfectly for Jake Keegan. And not much there that Aviles could do. Good placement on the far side of that goal. And Greenville off and running here in the second half at Toyota Stadium. Meanwhile, away from that play, we did have a substitution, and we might have a second here. Both brought to you by Texas Health Resources. As it's Richard Donzo coming on. It was also Christian Coleman coming on as well. So 2 very offensive subs for North Texas, trying to get back into this game in the final 19 minutes. Donzo on loan from the West African Football Academy. And a national team member of Ghana at the U17, U20, U23 level. Christian Coleman, plenty of time over his career, last few years with FC Dallas, 4 goals, 1 assist, and 41 appearances the last 2 seasons. But coming back from an injury, has made now his 5th appearance for North Texas this season. And again, both those brought to you by Texas Health Resources. Robinson through the traffic, stolen away by Rodriguez. 60th minute hit in this match, and Greenville has not let up a bit on the transition and the pressure. Roberts, and certainly in a tough league to win on the road, certainly with all the travel. 2 maybe huge results here, shocking results, as Greenville and Richmond may be pulling off 2 huge upsets today. Richmond already has, of course, but Greenville on their way towards that at this point. And if this result stands, Chattanooga would be the lone team to be undefeated at home here in League One. Roberts sends it down the left flank to Bonilla. Back centrally, Coleman is there, but Walker knocks it back. Jata almost getting off the shot, but cleared away on the tackle. Back to Evans. Back to North Texas. Jata takes it in. Here's Rodriguez. Back to Keegan. Gomez holding up a bit, chipped the ball, Almagar all over it, and spun back by Donzo. Fans follow North Texas SC and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, US Open Cup, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Of course, coming your way tomorrow on ESPN+, 3 more League One matchups, and with this big Greenville victory as it stands currently, that would really shake things up in the table and launch Greenville back into a pack of teams right around the 22-23 point mark. It certainly would add some drama to the results coming your way tomorrow in League One. Again, 3 matchups coming on ESPN+. Over the top, Bonilla there. Didn't look like the ball stayed in play, and there it is. It did go out. Pepe would have had a great chance there as subs come here for Greenville. So Travis Ward will be coming on for Paul Klaus. A little bit more of an offensive sub for John Harkes, but Travis Ward getting some time here as this substitution, of course, brought to you by Texas Health Resources, the forward out of New Egypt, New Jersey. 1 goal on 8 appearances this season, making his 9th, of course. As Klaus was subbed out last week, still working his way back from an injury. And now we will have our latest hydration break. With this pause in the action on the substitution. 3-0 triumph here at Toyota Stadium, and they have bloomed here in the second half. Taking a look at those 3 opportunities. Walker, hot from beyond the box, puts that one in, slotting it exactly where he needed to put it, and that put up Greenville 1-0 here as we went into the second half. Then it would continue as Keegan, great job bodying away Evans. Evans thought he was offside, but then Keegan, the sniper, putting the goal in the back of the net, his 6th of the season. But he wouldn't be done there after celebrating it with his teammates, up 2-0. A third would soon come, and again it's Jake Keegan getting the brace and getting to 7 on the season. And Montgomery handled this so well, but just the clearance going off of Gomez, keeping the pressure alive, and Keegan slotting that home. As Robinson kept that alive with his header, and Keegan, a good finish inside the box, striking that true. 3-0. So a week after giving up 3 goals themselves, the Triumph putting 3 in the back of the net here on the road at Toyota Stadium. And up now to 15 goals scored this season as we're mid hydration break here as we approach the latter stages of this match. And North Texas just unable to respond so far here today. Fans of USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. There's Travis Ward coming on as our Texas Health Resources substitution for Paul Klaus. scored his lone goal this season, coming at Lansing earlier this campaign. A 1-1 draw for Greenville in that one. Looking through for the 3 points here today, though, in the 78th minute. North Texas still life in this match, though. Ball sent through, but right into the arms of Jay again. Pepe can't get past this Greenville back line. Great back and forth battle in the first half and the first 15 minutes of the second half, but it's been all Greenville since then. Pouncing on the transition opportunities as Keegan is called for the foul. This brought back to Roberts and North Texas. Falls to Pepe, knocked down. Jay off his line, grabs it just before Pepe could get to it. And that's an opportunity he would have surely pounced on. Advocate replay here showing ball falling free here, a couple deflections, but Jay off his line grabs onto it. Jay looking for clean sheet number 8 currently. Foul is called. This will be brought back for North Texas. The Advocate replay here showing the foul. Robinson colliding there with Almagar in the air. And Roberts standing over the ball. He'll bat this deep downfield. Headed up by Coman. Bolin, some pressure from Donzo. Bolin will clear it back towards midfield. Stepping up is Almagar. Pepe open, right side of the box. The strike, but sailing it up and out of play. A good look for the North Texas striker, but can't put it in. Look at the Advocate replay. Good look here for Pepe, maybe his best of the night. It skies it up and out of play. Who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL League One Power Rankings, only on USLLeague1.com. Greenville, with a result like this, surely would be moving up those power rankings. Gomez, the spin move, getting it away from Roberts. Robinson stepping up, cuts it back, but right into the path of Roberts. A foul called on that one. Roberts looked like he got mostly ball on that. And he will be shown a yellow card for that foul. He's holding his wrist meanwhile on the sidelines. After that collision on the attempted tackle of Robinson. For Roberts, that would be his first yellow card in League One. As he's tended to. And clearly in some pain on the back end contact with Robinson. I hate to see that. He's been great in the midfield today. No look at it on the Advocate replay. And that left wrist maybe on the contact with the back of Robinson or sliding on the surface. Feeling some burn maybe. Roberts will have to come out for a moment as he was technically treated by the trainer. Roberts did get the yellow card for that earlier tackle. Frustrating night in many circles for North Texas as Roberts heads to the bench. Looks like we will have another substitution brought to you by Texas Health Resources. Leon Choi coming on for Greenville, making just his second appearance this season. The High Point, North Carolina native, playing at High Point University, 71 appearances. As he'll come on for Gomez, but more of a holding midfielder type. So John Hark saying, hey, let's take these 3 goals and these 3 points and head home with a clean sheet as well in tow.
We have a substitution for North Texas SC.
Also before, another Texas Health Resources substitution. It was David Rodriguez, as you can see right there on your screen, coming on for Thomas Roberts after that injury. So David on with his brother Arturo.
Entering the game is number 13, Leon Choi. Leading the game is number 10, Carlos Gomez.
Bolin trapped in the corner here in the 84th. Stolen back by North Texas. Jata bodying away Walker. Some last hopes here for North Texas. But in a crazy, crazy Friday here in League One, 2 of the remaining undefeated teams at home may be going down here in front of us. It was Toronto this afternoon, and it might be North Texas here tonight. No handball there, despite the appeals by the Triumph players. Robinson some contact as Arturo Rodriguez passed him. Deflection off Pollock and a corner kick coming for North Texas SC. David Rodriguez over the ball. 2 goals, his 8 starts entering today. Jay gets a knocked up collision with Jata, but he holds on for his life and grabs the ball. Another look on the Advocare replay. Dangerous one, but again, Jay commanding off his line and doing enough to keep that right by his side. That's the crazy thing as well. Looking at this overall, it is a 3-0 lead for Greenville, but North Texas, this would be the 3rd straight home match that they would have been shut out at home. Considering how strong they've been at home so far this season up until the stretch. A tough pill to swallow for Eric Quill and the forwards here of North Texas. As you look at the schedule, and everything was running fine, but then encountered the arguably top 2 defenses here in League One, in Tormenta and Greenville, and were halted in their tracks. We talk about these sides, all 3 of these sides, North Texas, Greenville, and Tormenta. If you're even able to get chances past their strong back lines, then you have one of the top 3 keepers, arguably in League One there, waiting in the wake, trying to make the stop. And we've been seeing some great saves here this evening, despite Aviles giving up 3 goals. They've been on excellent strikes at that from Greenville. Hemmings knocks this ahead. Bit of a through ball up there to Ward, but handled well by Breck Evans. Recap of our scores across League One this week. On Wednesday was Tormenta getting the 4-1 victory. Tormenta's offense back in gear and sole possession of 2nd in the League One table. And earlier today, a massive upset on the road as Richmond, their 2nd straight victory suddenly, just 6 points outside of a playoff spot with a 2-1 victory at Toronto FC2. And Greenville almost adding a 3rd big result this week. Robinson into the box, taken down. Is it a penalty? Indeed it is. Can the Triumph find a 4th here this evening on the road? As Robinson did enough there 1v1 to catch Almagar a bit late there on that tackle. Another look at it on the Advocare replay. The ball was headed out of play. But still that tackle, the lunge came in time there for Robinson maybe to make a play on the ball. And a PK has been given to the Triumph. They missed their sole one from the spot against Orlando City B 2 weeks ago. That was Keegan taking it. It'll be Robinson standing over the ball on this one. The first PK North Texas has given up this season. They've had a few of their own they've made. North Texas themselves 2 of 3 at the spot, but we'll see how Aviles is tested on this one. Robinson will be looking for his first goal in USL League One play. The sub on here in the second half, looking to put the icing on the cake here in the 88th. Robinson, the strike, and through the middle there, catching Aviles diving to his left. And it's a 4-0 lead for Greenville. All 4 goals coming in the second half. Robinson, his first goal in a Greenville uniform, adding to the brace from Keegan and the early strike from Walker. Advocare replay showing that one, finding the back netting. And Greenville, 4 goals, and by far their most in a game this season. This may be the moment John Harks and his squad have been looking for the goals to finally start flying. It took until week 18, but they're striking true this evening, and they're on their way towards their second road victory of the 2019 campaign. Almagar stepping up. North Texas looking to avoid this clean sheet again at home. Rodriguez headed up by Jata, and Jay right there off his line to grab onto the ball. 4-0 Greenville as we approach stoppage time. As you can see, that their most this season. 11 shots, 8 of which coming in the second half for Greenville. All 6 of their shots on target coming in the second half. And right now, North Texas held again by Greenville to just 2 shots on target. North Texas 2-1-2 this season when they have 3 or less shots on target. Greenville and Tormenta have been some of their foes, allowing that to happen this season. Knocking down the left flank as we approach stoppage time. We're hearing from the sideline 5 minutes of stoppage time. That, of course, brought to you by Advocare, as it's Almagar that takes it on the right flank.
The 4th official has indicated that
there it is officially, 5 minutes of stoppage time. Again, presented by Advocare, as it's going to be taken in here by Dallas J. And barring a miracle for North Texas, it looks like the Triumph will be heading back to Greenville, South Carolina, with 3 points in tow as they await their rivals in Tormenta next week for a matchup at Legacy Early College, as Tormenta FC will be coming to town. Hemmings trying to keep it from Donzo, but a good turn by the substitute here in the second half. Trying to switch sides of the field. Pepe rising, but no one in front of him to grab on to that ball, and it will be back to Dallas J. Jay lining up to take this. This would be his 8th clean sheet of the season. Of course, the team's as well. 8th clean sheet of the season. He has started in all matches this season for the Triumph. Second ball on the field, so they'll have to pause this throw-in for the moment. Ward against Bonilla. Ward. David Rodriguez right back with it, working against his opposite number, Walker. He'll give it off to Jata. Jata down the field, but Polak stopping it. It was intended for Pepe on that right wing run. Is there more coming for the Triumph? No, Robinson slowing things up. Over to Polak. Poor pass by Pollock, but looking to draw the foul from Arturo Rodriguez. And it will be a free kick for the Triumph. Reminder, North Texas going on the road at Chattanooga next week, a 7 p.m. start on the East Coast at David Stanton Field. Chattanooga, a hot team here in League One, now at a record of 6-4-6. As Walker will peel it off over to Pollock. 3 more matches coming on ESPN Plus tomorrow, including a 2v3 matchup in the table, as Lansing travels for the second time down to Statesboro, Georgia, for a matchup with John Mill Racy's Tormenta FC. Tormenta side, as we mentioned before, fresh off a 4-goal performance, 2 assists, 1 goal for Connor Antley. In that one, the win over OCB. Foul called, and it's back to Greenville, and the frustrating night continues. For North Texas SC, and kicking the ball away will certainly get a yellow card. Joseph Salinas. As it was Arturo Rodriguez getting that one. Final 90 seconds here of stoppage time. I'm sure the celebrations will begin for the Triumph faithful. Type of bounce back they needed after a frustrating 3-1 loss to FC Tucson. David Rodriguez, the left side, Bonilla there, trying to find something to grasp onto from today. Poman tried to head it on to Pepe, but backed by Lee. Hemmings, Walker. Choi, up ahead, run by Keegan, but stopped by Almagar. Going toe for toe, keeping away Keegan from his hat trick, after the brace earlier. Choi, down from behind, a free kick is given, and Greenville might be able to burn away the final few ticks on this set piece. Well, Eric Quill told us that this week he was worried about set pieces and transition against his defense. And Greenville, they brought it on the transition in the second half. And they'll be headed back to South Carolina with 3 points and 4 goals in tow. And a big win, moving up to 23 points on the season. The winning man there, John Harks. A brilliant effort by his squad here in the second half. After Cirillo leaving with the red card in the first half, it allowed an opportunity for Greenville, and they took that opportunity. The brace included from Jake Keegan. He's up now, tied for second in League One goals scored. As the Triumph now find their 6th win of the season, 2nd overall on the road, joined with that win at OCB from a few weeks ago. And of course, the big story tonight, North Texas giving up 4 goals at home and their first loss in the friendly confines of Toyota Stadium, their 3rd loss overall of the season. And I'm sure Tormenta fans over in Statesboro, Georgia will be cheering this result, as now they're just 5 points beyond North Texas SC for the top spot in League One. Greenville, the 4-0 victory here at Toyota Stadium. It started with Aaron Walker. He had that early strike against Aviles, but able to put one in the back of the net, slicing true inside the near corner. He started it off, but Keegan and Robinson finished it. 4-0 Greenville. We're back with full-time highlights coming up next.
The heat will wear you out real quick. And we've been through some hot ones. It's very physical. You gotta take care of your body and stay hydrated, because every moment matters. That's why I drink Advocare Rehydrate. I've got a job to do.
Boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading. Forerunner. Treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sarah's last tuition payment sent off. Feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm ready to focus on my project.
This is why we plan. Oof. You never cease to amaze me, Mike.
See how investing with a JP Morgan advisor can help you. Visit your local Chase branch.
Welcome back here into Frisco, Texas. 4-0 Greenville here on the road at Toyota Stadium. And Jake Keegan there getting 2 of his own, up to 7 goals this season, as we take a look at our Advocare full-time highlights. And for the Triumph, they're going to enjoy these Advocare highlights, including 4 goals here on the road. And it started really the opportunities tonight with the Cirillo red card, a high boot to the face of Hemmings. Arturo Rodriguez almost stole one back there, but Jay parrying it away. Aviles had troubles of his own in that first half, trying to get the ball away. And Walker, he kind of foreshadowed what was to come with this strike. Aviles, brilliant save, diving and sending that away. But then it was his other opportunity later on in the match, the second half to be exact, when Polak found Walker top of the box. He was unmarked, stepped up, and put the zinger into the back of the net, right by the outstretched arms of Aviles. That started off the scoring for the Triumph, but they wouldn't be quieted as Polak kept the attack going up to Jake Keegan. And Keegan past Evans and through the legs of Aviles. Evans really wanting the offside flag there, didn't get it, and Keegan striking true for his first of the night. That made it 2-0. Keegan himself would not be silenced as he would find another. And you have to feel for Colin Montgomery on this play. He's trying to clear the ball, but Gomez stays with him, deflects it back into the path of Keegan, and he finishes it off for a brace to finish his evening at 7 goals, tied for second in the Golden Boot race now with Pepe, Beattie, and of course Perusa of Toronto. Keegan and Greenville up 3-0 at that point. It would be 4-0 following this PK, won by Robinson and finished by Robinson. In the back of the net, a slow roller right by Aviles. 4-0 to the away side, the Triumph, getting their second road victory of the season. All 6 of those shots on target for Greenville in our full-time stats presented by Chase, coming in the second half. And that game of possession got more and more even as we went on. And of course finished really nearly at 50%. It was North Texas that started with about 80% possession, but that red card really did them in early on. And it was Greenville that took advantage of the opportunities this time around and got the win on the road. 4-0 to the Triumph. 23 points on the standings. They will be moving up. They entered the day at 7th. We'll see where they finish at the end of the weekend. 3 more League One matches coming on ESPN Plus tomorrow, and hope they're as crazy as the 2 we saw today. Richmond, Greenville, huge wins on the road. Chattanooga now the last remaining undefeated at home. For now, that is in League One. Big thank you to our entire crew. I'm Chris Makoviak. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.